You're scrolling Instagram and you see someone your age who is more successful than you. Better body, better job, better life. And immediately you feel like garbage about yourself. You see your friend post about their relationship, their vacation, their accomplishments, and instead of being happy for them, you just feel behind. You're constantly comparing yourself to everyone and it's slowly destroying you. In this video, I'm going to talk about why you can't stop comparing yourself to other people and how it's keeping you miserable. You're comparing yourself to literally everyone. Everyone on Instagram, everyone on Twitter, everyone on TikTok. You're comparing yourself to people who are richer, better looking, more successful, and living better lives. And you're doing it constantly every time you open an app. You're comparing their life to their highlight reel or their best post. It's like you see the vacation, but you don't see the amount of credit card debt. You see the body, but you don't see the amount of hours in the gym or the amount of money spent on surgery. You see the success, but you don't see the amount of years they put into it or the amount of fortune they inherited. But your brain doesn't know that. Your brain just sees someone doing better than you, and it makes you feel like you're failing. And here's what constant comparison does to you. You're never satisfied with what you have. You could be doing well, making progress, building something, but the second you see someone doing better, it doesn't matter anymore. You feel behind. You feel like you're not doing enough even when you are. And I feel the exact same way with this channel. There are times that I post videos and they completely flop, or sometimes they do pretty good. But my standards could vary because I'll look at other people's channels and realize maybe they'll post the same thing similar to mine and they get a lot of views from it. If I get a 10,000 view video and they get a 100,000 view video that's in the exact same niche, I start to feel like that achievement of me getting that amount of views is nothing. In your case, you start questioning everything. You see someone making money a different way and you think maybe I should be doing that instead. You see someone with a different body type and you think maybe I need to change my whole routine. You're constantly second guessing yourself because someone else is doing something different. One thing about all the routine videos, the day in the lives, is that 95% of them aren't real. A lot of times those videos are there just to sponsor something little and you don't even notice it. Another good one is that you feel like you're running out of time. You see people your age who've already made it and you start panicking. You start thinking you're too late, you're too far behind, and you'll never catch up, even though you're probably doing fine. I felt the exact same way in school. When I had to move states, I joined honor classes and everyone in there was way smarter than me. Everyone already knew what they were doing. Everyone had scholarships, a college they wanted to go to. I really didn't think I'd be able to keep up at their same level. So when the next year rolled around, I decided to drop out of my honor classes because I thought I wasn't that smart compared to these people. But no matter what happened, we all got accepted into the same college. I was always pocket watching their grades, looking behind their shoulder, staring at their screen. And this brings me to the last point. You stop enjoying your own life. You're too busy watching everyone else. You achieve something, and instead of celebrating, you immediately look at what someone else has achieved, and you feel like yours doesn't count at all. You can't even be happy for yourself anymore. The main root for this is social media, because everyone's curating their life to look perfect. Nobody posts their failures, their bad days, or anything boring. You are seeing the top 1% of everyone's existence, the best moments, the biggest wins, and you're comparing that to your everyday reality. And it's not even real half the time. People are faking it, renting cars they don't own, photoshopping their bodies, lying about their income. You see it all the time with things like OnlyFans, where people fluctuate the numbers to try to lure you in. The person seems to have it all figured out, but they're probably miserable in ways that you don't see. The thing about comparison is that you'll never win, ever, because there's always going to be someone doing better than you in some area. You could be the richest person you know, but there's someone richer. You could be in the best shape of your life, but there's someone in better shape. So if you're basing your happiness on being better than other people, you're setting yourself up to be miserable forever, because the goalpost keeps moving. And the worst part is that the people you're comparing yourself to are probably comparing themselves to other people. Nobody wins. Everyone just feels like they're losing. When you genuinely can't stop comparing yourself, you stop doing things you actually enjoy because they're not impressive enough. You start making decisions based on what looks good to other people instead of what actually matters to you. You chase goals that aren't yours just because someone else has them. You try to build a life that looks good on social media instead of a life that actually makes you happy. And you end up living for an audience that doesn't even care. Because here's the truth, nobody's thinking about you as much as you think they are. The people you're trying to impress are too busy comparing themselves to other people to care about what you're doing. So how do you stop comparing yourself to others? First, limit the use of those apps or change the algorithm and unfollow specific people. You can't compare yourself to people you're not looking at. Second, compare yourself to yourself. The only person you should be competing with is who you were yesterday. Are you better than you were last month or last year? That's the only comparison that matters. Fourth, remember that you're seeing a performance. It is
A long time ago, these islands were the mighty kingdom of Arcadia. The Age of Enlightenment led Arcadians to outstanding scientific discoveries. Engineering and magic ran deep in their blood. A foul war began as Dark Lord Mesmeroth, who had once been a promising candidate for an archmage, led dire folk armies to a war